Hello, namaskar. It's about 3:45 a.m. now, and it's now the 5th of March. It's Tuesday morning, early this morning. I want to talk a little bit, these free times I have, I try to use them for a good purpose. But I'm going to talk about some very interesting points here, human relationship. They say give respect where respect is due, especially if you're working in a government department or you're being housed in government buildings. You have to follow certain rules, certain dignities, certain ethics of the profession. So, humans, when you work together, there's always the tendency, to overlap, to get too close, too mushy, we call mushy, too soft. Human beings are so proud of their strength, of their power, their greatness. And the greatness is really the greatness of weakness. Everything has a power. Many humans who are proud of their strength is really the strength of weakness. They're just ignorant or stubborn in some vice, some wickedness, some weakness. And the collection of such people form a sangha or an organization, a sect, a group. Whether it's in the workplace or anywhere, you find people coming along with this malady. Their bulkiness, their stubbornness to do wicked, to do wrong, especially who those are speaking on behalf of science. They not have good moral foundations. I was reading the book Brain Gain by Danavir Goswami, Hare Krishna monk. He wrote about so many scientists in this book you should read, and medical people, scientific people who practice good conduct, like chastity, for example. Raymond Beard, all these great scientists and thinkers. I didn't know so much of them. In their personal, private life, they try to observe, dignity, good conduct, even chastity. Some of them remain unmarried. Many scientists, they don't marry and all these things. This is a common feature. When I was going to school, I was a top student in high school, math, science, and so when I spoke, people had to respect for me. But now when you're not performing so well, they tend to claim your rights on the grounds of science. People who hold position, who hold offices. Many of these guys you see are popping up here with power and authority. During when I was reigning, I was top. They were down at the bottom. You never heard about them and but everybody has their own time, And even that you're not raised up individually by yourself. Many people, the group, a sect, people form sects and groupism, and these groupism fight and reach the top and all these things, So it's too bad when the group or the clique that goes in there and in the name of science, they want to trample ethics, they want to trample everything that is good and virtuous. Men of science, there are many men of science who are men of character. That's why they exude a charm, they exude a certain aura. So many doctors, they have this aura, they adopt this aura, adopt the characteristic of their teachers and professors. But they don't know how these qualities came about. Those were sterling men of strength, character, towering fortitude, and good conduct. People use these kind of things to do very wrong. They use science to do wrong, to propagate what we should say, bad conduct, to exploit the good in the name of office, in the name of science, in the name of technology. This should not be, England was originally a founding father of Western science. The Greeks were behind them. The Greek people, the Indian, the Egyptians, the Arabs were good mathematicians also. And they were people who spoke about highly of good conduct, good characters. So, for example, people they want to touch you unnecessarily. They want to hang on you. They have this kind of thing. They hang on each other. These are kind of weak behavior. You don't make that a habit, a regular habit. Some people even borrow each other's clothes. When a friendship, they gradually indoctrinate you and pull you down, pull you in. I was working at some of the clinics there, and I see some of the health. I was able to see some of the health profile of some of these patients who come, and you would be surprised to know there are all kind of sickness and all kind of things that people have in. So this closeness and togetherness, this effort to unify, to merge, to become one is so demanding everywhere. You try to resist it. You try to fight for your individuality, your freedom of mind, your character, independence of character independence. Whether you get character assassination. So we have people who form the league, a great deal of people there in the weak side. They form a league and they try to topple and overthrow each other on the grounds that they're strong. They're the true representative of science. They're these office holders, and in the name of these things they do many wrong things. They encourage alcoholism, they smoke, they drink, they go to the bathhouse and all these things, and this is not, they don't know, they don't know. They're the preachers and they're voice of science and technology. They should have good character, good to lead people. You must have lead people, show with, in a positive way, and teach people to be strong, to be independent, to be resourceful, rather than taking people resources for your own good or using people, their energy and all of these things to get your own work done and so on. These kind of things are there, you have to work on the people and you have to subordinate and so, but when it's taken to the extreme is another thing, So I don't know, even then again we have single people and married people. They are very different. I'm single. I don't like somebody coming in my seat like I have an office there and I sit down in my seat. People, young boys, they are married already, 25, 20, since they're so proud of it. While in my culture, for example, Hinduism, if you can remain single, it's a virtue. They come to sit down in your chair. They like to drink from your cup, eat from your cup, plate. They like you get this closeness, open your bag, go inside your bag, push your hands in your pocket, hug you up. All these are weakness. They are human weaknesses. You should not do these things. Hug people and touch people unless they're sick and you're sharing energy and so on. These people believe they are strong. It's actually a form of weakness to try to hang on to people and touch and getting obsessed. You should be allowed to get more freedom in your mind. Let your mind roam in the higher regions. Some people, so you don't know what people are, uncleanliness people have on their body, what disease, what sickness, what samskaras also. There are psychic bondages or qualities that people can pass on, So if we yogis and people, they're very strong people. We're usually very strong people, and so we have to maintain our integrity, our independence, our individuality. That's more important. You have all these young people don't know about all of these terms here, all of these the old schools characteristic. They come to create a whole new wave of difference and newness here that's upsetting everything and balance. Rather than doing good, they're doing more bad. Getting the certificate and owning it is not all, but how you carry yourself. I see many doctors, many professors, many lecturers, they have big qualification. People don't respect them because they don't carry themselves properly, you know. They're disrespected. They're not appreciated because of their conduct, because of their personal, their qualities they have, you know. That's why Swami Sivananda, he was talking in his book Karma Yoga. So there are many yogis, many people, pundits and intellectuals, they give religious talk, lectures, but people don't like them. They have certain things about them that people don't like, you know, and they're not inspired to follow the teachings. So those people should do more service to humanity, do serve to remove this kind of, you know, ingrained character defilements and character imbalances and so on. So people living in their own little well, and they think that well is the whole world. It's the whole reality of life, you know, like the frog in the well. But there's a world outside. There are greater space and dimension that you have to know, and you know. So let's hope that we have more freedom tomorrow. Tomorrow will bring more we show more mobility in our spaces, more freedom to think, to create, to be more resourceful. You know, people should be strong and beautiful, strong and dignified. That's the only way you can have human resources. We're proud of our resources, our timber, our bauxite, our gold, or oil, but they are also human resources. Like they have the country or nation value, not only natural resources, you know. So these things, these tenets and these human values gotta take precedence over many of our beliefs and superstitions and norms that we try to improve on our colleagues and friends and co-workers, you know. People gotta learn the reality of life and living. You know, it's not just using your weakness to become a menace and create an aura, a whole new religion of falsifications and indignity. Life must be beautiful. Life must be rich. We must see the good things in life. We must see the wonders of this universe, of the creation. Nature is so abundant with blessings and virtues, or we don't see it because we keep spewing or expectorating venom and poison all around us, you know. So let's be more liberal and free and happy and courteous and virtuous as leaders, as students, as teachers, as citizens, as workers, as officers. Good luck, bon voyage, namaskar.